So we're about halfway through our stay at Bahia Principe Explore Akumal in Riviera Maya, Mexico, so thought it was about time we did a walkthrough video of the hotel. So we're starting off just outside the lobby at the entrance of the hotel. This is where we were dropped off by our airport transfer, and it's also where you can get the little shuttle buses to take you around to the other hotels and the a la carte restaurants. Once we'd arrived and checked in, they put all our luggage onto one of these buggies and took us straight to our hotel rooms. As you can see, it's a lovely grand entrance to the hotel. The grounds are immaculate and the hotel is beautiful. Now you may have just heard some noise in the background. There is some construction work going on at the hotel, but it is at the far end of the resort by the adults only, so it hasn't impacted us. I'll go into that in a bit more detail later in the video. We'll now continue into the lobby. You've got this beautiful statue and water feature in the middle. As you walk in, on the right hand side you've got some tour desks. There are also some others dotted around the hotel, or if you'd rather book direct with your tour operator, the travel reps are based downstairs. On the left hand side of the lobby you've got guest services, the privilege club and a couple of shops, and then on the right hand side is the check-in desks. Out of the large bright entrance on the other side of the lobby you've got the pool areas, but we'll show you that in a bit because we're going to go to the right and show you what's down here. So if you walk to the left of the check-in desks, down here you've got the coffee shop, another little shop inside, the theatre, the sports bar and a little arcade room as well. To the right hand side you've got the sports bar and an arcade. It's not open until later in the day, but it's a great place to hang out. They have lots of different live sport, there's loads of tellies on the wall, the cocktails are really good in there. In the arcade you've got things like air hockey, a pool table, basketball and a number of other different games. I'll show you that later on in the evening so that you can see what it looks like then. If we continue from where we were, that then takes you into the theatre. Now this is where the kids club entertainment and the evening shows take place. On the left hand side here you've got a hatch that goes through to the coffee shop, and over there you've got the bar. Now the kids club entertainment starts at 8 PM each night and the main show at 9 PM each night. We've really enjoyed all of the shows. They do rotate around the different hotels, so if you miss it here one night you can go and watch it over at Coba or Tulum. There are also some other shows that you can pay extra for, like the Origin show. We'd highly recommend that one, and that's over at the Tulum Hotel. Now back out here by the sports bar, I think we whizzed past it before. There is a board that shows you all of the evening entertainment for the week. That may change, but if you keep an eye on here, it'll give you all the times and the entertainment schedule. So now we're going to visit one of my favourite places, the coffee shop. It opens at 7 o'clock in the morning and they do a fantastic iced caramel latte.
Thank you. Can I get a caramel frappe?
Thank you. Takeout.
Take out, please.
So just to note that the coffee shop is included as part of the all-inclusive, however it does share its space with this shop that obviously isn't included. Over in the counter you'll find a number of different pastries, and they're also included in the all-inclusive too.
Gracias. Thank you.
Caramel frappe secured, we'll carry on with the rest of our tour. So we're heading out of the other entrance to the coffee shop. This one takes you directly into the lobby, and there's some more seating out here with nice views of one of the pools. I didn't find out about the caramel frappes until about 4 or 5 days into the holiday, so I just wanted to make sure that I included this for any of you guys that might like one, so that you know about it from when you arrive. So we're now going to head over to the other side of the lobby from where we were before. On the right hand side you've got guest services, and on the left there's a couple of other stalls including a photo one. If you want professional photos on the beach, that's the place to go. There's lots of different seating areas throughout the lobby, and there's always waitresses on hand to take your drinks orders. On the left hand side here you've got the main toilets, and if we continue on you've got a shop on the left and then the buffet restaurant on your right. There's always someone to greet you and welcome drinks on arrival. We're not going to go in there right now, but I'll share another video with a walkthrough of the buffet restaurant on our YouTube channel, so head over there if you want to see more of that. So we're going to head quickly back towards the lobby and show you the all-important pool area. So something I haven't touched on yet, which I probably should have by now, is how accessible the resort is. So we booked with TUI, who weren't able to advise how accessible the resort is. However, having been before, we knew that it would work for us. We've travelled with members of the family who have accessibility needs. My mum's in a mobility scooter and she's had no problems whatsoever getting around the resort. There's ramps or an alternative entrance so that she can access everything, and even on the shuttle buses, the drivers have only been too happy to help. Out here, you've got the beautiful pool area. This area closest to the lobby has lots of sofa-style seating, which is also used in an evening with live music taking place on the stage. Now let's check out the pools. This huge pool is classed as one pool on the website, but it is actually split into two. So we'll go over to this one first. This one is the swim up pool. As you can see, there's a large shallow area here. There's also some steps just at the side, and there's a net for playing ball games. The pool weaves under the bridges, but under some of the bridges it stops, and that's where it separates. Over on the corner there is a swim-up bar, and just around that side there's also a shallow pool for children that's right by the kids club. Now this part of the pool is separate under that bridge. You can see through, but you can't swim through it. It's absolutely huge and weaves all the way around until you get to some jacuzzis right over on the other side. I'll head over there soon and show you over there. So just in front of us here you have the main pool bar. Here you can help yourself to the self-serve soft drinks or water, or order beers, cocktails and spirits from the bar. So we're going to head down towards the left hand side of the bar. Down here you have the Bahia Spa. Being honest, I haven't been into the spa on any of our trips as it is quite expensive. You can get a massage on the beach for about $30 for half an hour. Or if you want to go off the resort, you can head down towards the beach bikini bar, which is just past Bahia Principe and there's a massage hut on the way, which is amazing at a fantastic price. Oh, little Coatie's come to say hello. You'll find lots of these around the resort, often in the bins. This is a little beach area. It's actually a few steps up from the actual beach, so there's just some steps down there to get down to the beach. As you can see, the ploppers further down. It looks like a lovely place to relax. And then this is the Cook Gourmet restaurant here at Akumal. So this is one of the a la cartes that you get to choose from. We absolutely loved the Cook restaurant. The food and the service was absolutely incredible. Our waiter actually invited us back, but we weren't able to make it because we had other reservations booked in, but I'd definitely recommend it. Just here on the beach, you've got a little hut that does temporary and permanent tattoos, and you can also paint pottery. Louis absolutely loved it. Definitely haggle on the price though. Behind the bar on either side you've got the toilets, so on this side you've got the men's and on the other side is the women's and disabled toilet. Here you can see the bar a bit closer. It opens at 10 AM and closes in the evening. And there you have the self-serve soft drinks and the water machine, which is always nice and cool. So from here we'll head down to see a little bit of the beach. We got up super early this morning and came down to watch an absolutely beautiful sunrise. The colours in the sky looked absolutely amazing from the balcony this morning, so that we knew it was going to be a brilliant sunrise. So we got ready quickly, got down to the beach for about 6:10, and yeah, it was pitch perfect. So you may hear a lot of people talking about the seaweed in Mexico and the concerns that they've got over that. However, Bahia Principe really do everything that they can to keep on top of the seaweed. The beach at Akumal has this stretch of rock that goes out into the sea, and then off that it has some sand whales, so it naturally stops the seaweed from washing up on this beach, and the staff do a brilliant job of keeping on top of it. However, over at the next hotel, Tulum, you may be able to see it just over there. The seaweed is really bad. The staff are working so hard to keep on top of it, but it is really impacting the beach over there. So this is the start of the Akumal beach, and it continues round towards the right hand side. As you can see, it's nice and quiet in the morning. We'll head over to the other side of the beach and show you the swing bar in a bit. So now we're heading back up the same ramp towards the pools. There's another coating. And here there is a pool shop, however it is very expensive. A float that we paid £10 for at home cost $50 here. So you've got showers for dusting off the sand before you get in the pool. And then over here you've got another seating area that has this canopy over it to give a little bit of shade. You'll often find daytime activities taking place there, such as ping pong. There's also plenty of lounges around the pool, some under canopies and the others have umbrellas. It's almost 8 o'clock in the morning, and as you can see, hardly any have got towels on them already, so there's definitely no fighting for chairs. Even the ones under the gazebos don't have towels on yet. Down here is probably one of the main access points to the beach. It's a much wider stretch of beach here, and there are tons of sun lounges. As I said before, the beach at Akumal has very little seaweed, so by the time you come down to use it, the staff have managed to clear it all away. So if you're looking for a resort during sargassum season, I'd highly recommend this one. So this is the same pool. It starts outside the lobby, runs past the bar and ends in this area here. As you can see, there's 3 whirlpools here and quite a large shallow area, which is perfect for sunbathing or for the kids splashing about. We've chosen to sit at this end of the pool most days and the kids have loved it. There's lots of different pool activities that take place during the day. Most of them happen outside the bar area and lobby, so we can hear the music from here and head over if you want to join in. There's another access point to the beach there. As I mentioned before, this is the same pool, however it is split into 2, so you can't get through underneath that bridge. It is split there. So this side of it is the pool with the swim up bar. Here there's some more showers for when you're coming off the beach. Just on the left you've got a little hut where you can change your towels, and you can change them as many times as you want. And then if we head down here, this is where the rooms start. The sprinklers are on, so they mustn't be expecting rain, which is good. And on the left here, you've got another hut that does the temporary and permanent tattoos and the paint your own pottery. And now this is the room buildings. So this is the closest one to the beach, Villa 47. We're in Villa 48, which is this one. And my mum and Charlotte are in the next one, Villa 49. So we originally booked 2 Oceanfront suites, and TUI advised us that they'd contact the hotel and advise that my mum needed a ground floor room with being in her mobility scooter. However, when we arrived at the hotel, they advised that there were no ground floor rooms available in that category, and therefore the only option was to upgrade her. So let me show you the room that my mum and my teenage son Charlotte have been upgraded to. It's only a bloody swim up suite. I'm not going to go too close because I'm getting soaked by the sprinklers. I'll show it you on another video. But yeah, they've got a ground floor room with a shared swim-up pool. I'm only a little bit envious. So I'll take you on a little walk to see some of the other pools and the a la carte restaurants. And we're going to take this path that runs between Villa 47 and 48 and then goes along the coast. So we are in this building and we are the top floor, second room across, with beautiful views out to the beach and the sea. The building that we're coming up to now is the seafood restaurant called Frutas del Mar. The four of us thoroughly enjoyed this restaurant. Mum did stay in the room and have room service because she's not too keen on seafood anyway. But yeah, it went down a treat. And now we're coming up to another pool area, but first I'll show you the beach here. So this stretch of beach does have rock along the coast. There is some sand, but there's then rock on the entrance to the sea, so you wouldn't really go into the sea here. So as you can see, the seaweed is building up quite a bit on those rocks. They are actively trying to clear it. There's diggers up and down this stretch of the beach. But again, it is away from the main part of the Akumal beach, so it's not really noticeable from there. So we'll head over to the pool area. This pool is considered the quiet pool. There's still lots of families that sit around this with young kids. It's similar layout to the main pool where you've got the deeper parts and then some shallower areas on the side. And there's also a children's pool at the end. And as I said, you've got two different restaurants here. So that's Frutas del Mar and this one on the other side is Dolce Vita. Dolce Vita is the Italian a la carte. We ate here on our first night and all five of us really enjoyed it. I'll share another video with a few of the things that we ate at different a la cartes if you want to check back to our YouTube channel. And as you can see, in the mornings they're cleaning the pools very early and cleaning the beach as best as they can. Again, you've got the shallow areas in the pool, the whirlpool over here, and there's also the shallower area for kids to play in. There's another towel hut here, and over there is again where you can paint pottery. Next to this pool, you've got the snack bar called Ticolito. Most of the food here is ordered on a touchscreen and made to order in a similar way to what you would in a fast food restaurant, but they do also have some buffet style meals and a salad bar and sushi bar as well. It's a little bit more open than the buffet, so you do get a nice breeze coming through from the sea. It's netted on the sides to stop the animals from coming in, but you'll still see a coyote roaming through every now and then. I believe that this building on the right is something to do with the Privilege Club. Being from the UK, I don't think the Privilege Club is much use to us. But yeah, obviously if you were, you'd be able to use this. On the left hand side, you've also got a large chessboard. I think that's a bowls game over there as well, so yeah. As you can see just ahead, we're coming up to the area of the resort that is being renovated, and it is under heavy renovation. We were advised before we booked with TUI about the renovations. However, knowing the resort and knowing which areas the renovations were taking place, we were quite comfortable that it wouldn't impact our stay whatsoever, and it honestly hasn't. We've barely heard it at all. So the area that we're in is close to the adults only pool, so I believe that some of these used to be adults only, and what's happening now is all of the other buildings have been renovated and the majority of them now have swim up rooms on the ground floor. All of these are now having swim up rooms put into the ground floor and the rooms are being renovated. So it will be fantastic once it's all done. Obviously, they need the time to renovate. This is going on until I believe October. So coming up on the right hand side is a little shuttle stop. It's just there to keep you out of the sun while you're waiting for the shuttle, or the little buggies that take you around the resort. There's also little maps inside so that you can see where you are and where you want to go, which is helpful. So we'll carry on walking through the construction towards the adults only pool. As I mentioned, the construction is due to be completed in October or November of this year. And I believe that once it's completed, they'll be removing the adults only from the hotel, and that it will be a full family resort. So it looks like once this phase of construction's completed, only the block ahead of me will be left to be renovated. Now, that's currently all adults only rooms, so I'm assuming that there will be another phase of construction, maybe next year in quiet season, to get that one upgraded as well. So we'll take this path down to the left, which takes us to the adults only pool and the adults only restaurant called Carte. It used to be a buffet style restaurant for breakfast and lunch, and then an a la carte in the evening. However, it's not a restaurant that we use because we do always travel with the kids, so I'm not sure if that is still the case or not. So here's the pool. This is an infinity pool. It's beautiful, but if I'm honest, it's not for me. It's very, very deep, very cold because it's much bigger. And when we have been round here before, the atmosphere is just a lot quieter. It is still early, but as you can see, it is very quiet around this pool, which is not too surprising because you can hear the construction noise a little bit. Whereas at the other two pools, you can't hear the construction whatsoever. So yeah, we'll carry on walking around some other areas and make our way back towards the Akumal lobby. It is very hot here already. It's probably around 28 to 30 degrees already at like 8 o'clock in the morning. So there's definitely a little bit more renovation work than what we initially expected. From the pictures that TUI showed us, it was literally just the buildings behind the adults only building, whereas this is like twice as much as what we thought it would be. However, it still hasn't impacted our stay in terms of the noise or even seeing any construction work. So yeah, it's not too bad. Hola. So as you can see, all of the rooms are being renovated to look like this, with one of these beautiful swim-up pools. Each of the ground floor rooms has access to this shared pool, and they each have lounges in the pool as well. They are absolutely stunning. Like I said before, we've managed to get one of these rooms as a free upgrade for one of our rooms. However, I don't know if I'd pay it myself to stay in there. I don't know if I'd use it enough to pay for an upgrade to it, as we do enjoy being around the main pool and joining in with activities and the kids meeting new kids. So yeah, I don't know whether I'd pay for it myself. Thing that we've noticed this year is that it seems to have been a lot windier than when we've been in previous years, like for the whole duration of the time that we've been here. There's been some huge waves coming in off the sea. I mean, it's nice at times, it makes it feel a bit cooler than it actually is. Although I suppose the risk with that is that you may not apply as much sun cream, and you definitely need it. We've been applying factor 50 multiple times a day, and we've still all got sunburn. I think the weather app said something like the UV rating was over 12, which I don't think I've ever seen it that high. So this area that we're approaching now, you used to be able to go off to the left, and it had a small pool with like 3 whirlpools in it. It was just a really nice relaxing spot. However, it looks like all of that is now under construction. I don't know whether they'll still keep that pool down that end or whether they'll change it for something different within the construction. It'll be interesting to see once it's all done. What I love about this resort is that even though it is so hot and humid at times, it is in this lush tropical setting. You can hear all the birds in the morning, there's so much wildlife, it's absolutely beautiful. You can see some more swim-up rooms through the trees there. So I think we're on the last stretch now before we get back to the lobby. I'm pretty sure we've stayed in one of these rooms before, but I do much prefer the rooms that we've stayed in this year. They are much better located with young kids. Just being close to the pools and the lobby, if you need to nip out to the room for anything, it's quick and easy to do, whereas being at the far end of the resort, you either need to wait for a tram or walk in the heat, which can just be tiring in itself. So if you've got the option to upgrade to an oceanfront suite or to pick a block that's closer to the lobby, then definitely go for it. But yeah, it does look, like I said, that all these rooms are now swim ups on the ground floor, which does make me wonder though, what are they going to do for guests with additional needs or disabilities, what have you? Because it doesn't look like there's many ground floor options that don't have a swim up room, and obviously the swim ups are the highest price point, so yeah, that makes me wonder. So this is the final stretch back to our room again. There's the lobby, there's the sports bar and the arcade room. There's Mum and Charlie's swim up room, and our oceanfront suite is just up there. One little thing that I did forget to show is the kids club. So this is located right next to where our room building is, and it is the other end of the theatre and at the side of the pool. So here outside you have a couple of boards that show the kids club for 4 to 7 year olds and 8 to 12 year olds, and the different activities that are on at each time of the day. Just down there you've got the kids club, and it's got a little outdoor area for them to play in as well as the indoor area in there. If you then walk down here back towards the pool, there is the kids little pool there just next to the swim up bar. Thank you for watching our video. If you enjoyed it, please head over to our channel and subscribe. We've got lots more to come.